Okay, so now I'm going to be doing box corners. So I am going to be doing this to both my inside and outside of the bag. I have taken my hand and just put it inside my bag. This is kind of the bottom seam of my bag, and then this is the side seam here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of line up the bottom seam here with the side seam, and I'm just kind of flatten this into a triangle. Those two seams I want to kind of flatten together. Okay, the reason that we want our to line up those seams, as I was just saying, is because when you are finished and you turn it right side out, you should have one seam that kind of flows right into the other one. Okay, and that's what I will be looking for when you finish, is that you have one seam that goes one right into the other. They should be pretty well lined up. It's okay if they are maybe a little bit off. I mean, you can see mine are not quite perfect, but they shouldn't be more than that off. Okay, you should be trying to line up the side seam and the bottom seam. So I should make kind of a triangle with that. And once I have that, I'm going to measure from my triangle, the tip of my triangle down, and I'm gonna go about 1.5 inches is what I'm gonna be doing on my measure here. And I went ahead and I pinned that there. And then I'm just gonna draw my line kind of straight across. So right there I have that pinned. So my seams are lined up. I measured 1.5 inches down from the very tip there, and then I drew that line, and that line I am going to do my sewing on. And I'm going to do that same exact thing right on the other corner now. So I'm going to my other corner. Here I'm lining up the bottom seam with my other side seam here. And it might take a little bit to get those seams lined up. And once I think I have it, I'm just going to kind of pin it so that that doesn't move. And I'm measuring to 1.5 inches down, which is right where my pin is, of course. So there is my other mugging. So I'm just gonna sew through those 2 layers of fabric right here on this side. And the same thing over here on this side. And then I'm going to do the same thing on my lining. So let me go grab my lining and do that next. Okay, then when I go to put this in my machine, I just want to make sure that everything is laying really flat. And I am going to sew right on that line that I marked all the way across my corner. Make sure that I backstitch at the beginning and at the end. Okay, now I have all 4 corners sewn here. So I am just going to take, and after I've trimmed all my threads, I'm gonna go ahead and just cut a little bit away from where I just sewed this. I'm gonna leave a little bit of seam allowance, okay, similar to what I have there, okay, kind of like that 3/8 seam allowance that I've had, okay, I'm gonna leave, and I'm gonna do it on all 4 of my corners here. Henry, please don't do that.